Hey, you guys, just doing the once every couple day ritual of getting the black or the brown gold out of my cast iron pan. What is brown gold? Oh man, that screen's dirty, ain't it? Brown gold is the brown gold is the bacon grease. Save your bacon grease. Why? I don't know if how much of this is true, but they say vegetable oil, canola oil, all these different peanut butter, peanut oil. They say that all these oils are bad, and they said it's nothing more than just regular oil like you put in your car, except they've sold it to us so they can sell more oil. Well, it kind of makes sense. And then they say, and I'm a prepper, not a good one, not a good one at all, not a good prepper. But I would reuse oil because I hate wasting oil, because using oil one time and then throwing it away just seems like a waste. So I would always save oil, and I showed you guys that before. But some studies have come out and said, oh, it makes it highly toxic when you reuse it again. So I'm not sure about all that. Man, I still got that plastic. Fix it up. So I don't know about that. So always save your bacon grease. You can use it for hamburger. I mean, you can use anything. Pork chops in bacon grease. Well, you don't have to use butter. I mean, bacon grease. I mean, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 Bojangles cups full of it. And I even give it to my children. My kids are like, "Why are you giving me bacon grease, Dad?" I'm like, You're not from the South, child. You're not my child if you don't know about bacon grease." Oh. So, yeah, I got to go back on the fast soon. I miss it. I miss the thought that I failed. I hate the thought that I failed, but I got a tenderloin. I've been in here for about 5 days, and I should have cooked it. Wait a second. Why don't I just go ahead and cook that tenderloin right now? Anybody want to watch me cook a tenderloin? Tenderloin at 11 o'clock. That's a lasagna right there. We had it for, Tina cooked it 2 days ago. Yeah, not much on lasagna because pasta hurts me. Pasta really hurts me. Man, I'll wait. I'll cook the tenderloin this afternoon. Tina never puts my frying pan back up. Anyway, same pan. Notice, no Teflon. Never cook with Teflon. Never cook with Teflon. That stuff is highly cancerous. It's probably the reason the world has cancer is because of Teflon, because women were, the men back in the 30s, I think it was 1950s when they came out with Teflon, because they didn't want they wanted to sell pans and pots to housewives, and housewives didn't want to have to scrub their dishes. So thanks to housewives from the 50s, now everybody's got cancer. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Don't take me seriously. Making a joke. Gotta laugh. So we're gonna have breakfast talk this morning. Who's in here? Who is with me this morning? The YouTube censors that like to watch so they can take me down and silence me like they always do. Big old thick cut bacon. I told you guys I go to the butcher shop to get my meats. And with this bacon right here, it comes in one big slab. It's like $32 for a huge slab, and then they cut it any way you want it. And I like thick cut bacon. And as I've showed you before, I always take my bacon with scissors and cut it, because I don't like bacon strips, because half of it's raw, half of it's hard. I don't like crispy bacon. I know exactly when to take mine out. I like soft bacon because it's easier on my teeth, because my teeth are in. Look at that. I have to stand up. Do you see? I have to lift myself up to put, because that's how bad my shoulder is. Woo. I showed you guys how to make butter the other week. Making butter. Take your blender and, yeah. I showed you how to do that with heavy whipping cream. Put it in a blender and until it gets chunky. Take it, and then once it gets chunky, then you add it to ice water, and you get even more chunkiness out of it. This is how much butter we made in two things of heavy whipping cream. Made that much butter. I mean, you're literally getting about double what you would get if you just buy butter in the sticks, and it's so much healthier for you. You don't have all the additives, all the preservatives, and I don't like salty butter anyway. So, yeah, best way to do it. It's a pretty busy morning news cycle. I don't know if you've heard, everybody, the uproar today about Joe Rogan, saying he would vote for Robert F. Kennedy. Yeah, that's a stupid vote. Any vote for Robert F. Kennedy is a vote against America. That's a vote for Kamala Harris. I don't know if you guys watch it. It's a channel I used to watch a lot on YouTube. It's called A Call for an Uprising. A Call for an Uprising. He's got like 4 or 5 channels because YouTube keeps taking him down. And I was subscribed to 3 of his channels, and then somehow I got unsubscribed like you people claim to be unsubscribed from me. So, that Richard Bruce in California, the most famous targeted individual, I guess you could say, he had shared his video again about how Trump is a Freemason and this, that, and the other. And I've never seen proof with my eyes that Trump is a Freemason. I just haven't. What I have seen, and I use deductive reasoning. Every decision I make, I think about it. I just think a lot quicker than most people. I go with my gut, and as I've told you guys before, Donald Trump is, as far as I know, he is not a spirit-filled, born-again Christian. He's not. But Richard Bruce was saying the other week, and I didn't know where he got it from. He said, look at Donald Trump. Even the blood that he painted on his face is done in a viper's tongue. And like, what? What's he talking about? The blood straps on his mouth where he's bent over was done like a viper's tongue. Listen. We learned from pro wrestling, you can bleed anytime you want to bleed. I learned that from pro wrestling back in the early 80s when I used to watch Dusty Rhodes and the Von Erichs, and I wasn't much on WWF until my dad couldn't find anything else to watch, and he started watching that. And I come in right at the end of Hulkamania. I guess, yeah, right about the end of Hulkamania. So we knew that they could cut themselves and bleed. So that's one thing. But for somebody to say, look, Donald Trump painted the viper's tongue on his face. That's a little far out there. What is not far out there? What is not far out there is to say that they meant to shoot at Donald Trump's head and miss and hit his ear. They were aiming for his ear. Now, I'll tell you, the devil's a pretty crafty creature. The devil's pretty slick. But there's not a sniper on the planet that would shoot at a person and mean to miss. Are you hearing me? 150-yard shot with iron sights is a good shot. Okay? Could I make that shot? Absolutely. Would I make that shot at a man turning his head and talking? Nope. I mean, I ain't going to shoot at a man anyway unless I'm shooting him dead in his chest. So, you just get far out there. And listen, I like Richard Bruce. I think he's a lovely guy. He's been through a lot. Where's my trash can? There it is. I think he's been through a lot. All I know about Richard Bruce's story is that he uploaded shapeshifter movies to YouTube and has been a targeted individual ever since. Now, I've never heard him specifically claim of, V2K. I've never heard him talk about, him being a victim of directed energy weapons. And breaking in his house and vandalizing stuff, and they may well have. If you're a targeted individual, they're going to break in your house. Sorry. If the American people knew how often the feds break in our houses and just walk around, this idea, and this is what bugs me about people on the right. Well, they have to have a search warrant to come in your house. You think they care to get a search warrant to come in your house? I mean, I watched a video about 10 minutes ago of a man's ex-girlfriend tells law enforcement, I want to get my stuff. I broke up with him a couple weeks ago, but I want to go in and get my stuff. And the cops say, okay, if you want to, you kick the door in and we'll follow you in. The man there was no crime asserted to him, no reasonable suspicion, no probable cause. And even with reasonable suspicion of a crime and probable cause to go in a man's house, what do you have to have? A warrant. So this fat chick kicks the freaking door in, the cops come right in behind her, guns ready to go. Go upstairs, the guy just had a pacemaker and a defibrillator put in his chest. The cops were warned about that. They go up there, grab him, and start tasing him in his own bedroom. No warrant. Now, guess what happened to the cops? I bet you think that they were arrested and put in jail where they should have been for, I don't know, armed robbery, breaking and entering, home invasion. Well, the oldest female cop, the female cop with the most experience, she got a paid vacation to go somewhere else and get a job. And one other cop got a 20-day paid vacation. It would have been 30 days, but he said, if I had to do it over again, I wouldn't do it the same way. So he got a 20-day paid vacation. And then the young cop that had just gotten out of the academy got nothing. They didn't go to jail. They didn't get it. Really? I can't tell you. I can't tell you the prison I would be in right now if when I was a kid, my mom and dad gave me a paid vacation every time I did something wrong. Qualified immunity, it encourages this garbage that's happening in our country. And I don't know if you guys watched the black female journalist interview with Trump. Well, that one black lady journalist, there was Harris Faulkner there. There was a real racist from CNN or MSNBC, and then there was another lady. And the other lady, she's a racist too, but she wasn't overtly being a racist. She's still trying to be respectable. She still shook Trump's head. She's still being nice. She realized that, listen, she was doing a job. So she asked Trump, hey, what about this qualified immunity? Why are you pushing for qualified immunity? And she made a good point to ask him that. And Donald Trump, our cops need to be protected. Our cops need to be protected. I mean, that's the biggest thing that I disagree with Donald Trump on, besides, everything else that he's done wrong. Qualified immunity encourages law enforcement. It literally, it forces them to be bad. I guess cop sections didn't want to hear my conversation about law enforcement. Tortillas ain't nothing better. Nothing better than a breakfast fajita. I love me some breakfast fajitas. A little mayonnaise. Yes, mayonnaise is bad for you. No, I don't care. I need to have something to help slide it down the throat. Anyway, the black journalist asked Trump, what about qualified immunity? You're talking about you want to indemnify cops even more where we can't sue them at all. It's almost impossible now to sue law enforcement. And I'll reiterate my argument about qualified immunity. Qualified immunity is cops going in front of the court and saying, I'm just too stupid to know better. I'm just too dumb, so let me buy. And the judges go, okay, you're too stupid to know better. Here you go. You can go free. Woo! That's difficult for me to, handle. And I just don't understand. And I made this analogy yesterday, and I'm trying to find. I'm bargaining with God without telling God I'm bargaining with Him. But I'm like, Lord, I'm going to say bad things about cops, except I'm going to be nicer saying it. That don't work. God's still on my butt about it, and God is not happy with me in the least. I mean, he's coming back soon, and I'm terrified about it. Also, I wanted to say, well, I'll get back to Joe Rogan. Robert F. Kennedy is who I'll vote for because he's not a mean guy and he attacks people's ideas and not them. Joe Rogan, he would not have the second most popular podcast in the world if he weren't part of the machine. And he is part of the machine. He will never be too critical. It's like Mark Dice this morning had him on there. And it's talking about where Joe Rogan went on a public apology tour because he said the N-word in his comedy routine. Guys, I don't care who you are. Listen to me as I say this loudly and proudly. There should be no words off limit in the English language. Sorry. Whether it's the N-word, I don't care what word it is. There should be no words where you go, oh gosh, I can't say that. Sorry. I'm from the South. I've heard that word used my entire life, and I've used that word a time or two. I've used it as a descriptive word to describe people before, in the past. It's a very good descriptive word. If you knew the meaning of it, you wouldn't say, wow, that's about black folk. No, it ain't, but I'm not going to get into that discussion because every redneck in the South has had that discussion with a black man. Well, you know, there's two kinds of them N-words. There's a white man N-word and there's a black man N-word. I'm not going to get in that discussion. It's stupid. I just think that freedom of speech is just that. It's freedom to say anything you want. I don't even think threats should be a crime. My shoulder popped out again. Threats shouldn't even be a crime, but they are. So, anytime you police speech in the least amount, then it's already gone too far. I mean, there are people right now getting it. That one guy that made a meme during Hillary Clinton about going online to vote for Hillary Clinton, and he went to jail for like 4 or 5 years because he made a meme. Now, a Chinese woman did the same thing, saying, if you want to vote for Donald Trump, you can go online and vote for Donald Trump, and we'll register it. She didn't go to jail. She got rewarded, and the press celebrated her because she's so courageous. But when someone on the right does it, oh no, God forbid. But anyway, Joe Rogan, he did his apology. I'm so sorry. I was so insensitive to black people by saying the N-word. Oh gosh, the humanity. You guys have known me for any amount of time. You know that I'm not racist. You hear me say the word Mexican more than about anything, and my kids hear me say that, but that's not a race of people. That's invaders to my country. Right? So, very disheartening. Also, on a different note, I don't know if you guys remember the person in California has been attacking me. Not gonna beat the dead horse too much longer. But she mentioned, and listen, so many of my channels have been taken down. So I don't know what's there and what's not there because so many things have been removed from my life that belong to me, my copyrighted material. Well, that person, that angry black lesbian in California, she said, "Oh, he's a fake gang stalker, fake targeted individual, fake gang stalking victim because he don't talk about directed energy weapons. He don't talk about voice to skull." Well, you guys could go and rewind and look at my channel. Ooh, something burnt my Tupperware cup. That's unfortunate. These are the best cups in the world. They have a curved bottom. So let me show you the difference. Tupperware. I grew up in Tupperware. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside because it's my childhood. My mom used to have Tupperware parties, man. She used to have Tupperware parties, and if you, for the young kids out there that aren't watching my channel, Tupperware parties are little where ladies get together, invite their friends over, and they would sit down and have a presentation selling Tupperware. And the more Tupperware you sold, the more credits you got to buy your own Tupperware. So women were encouraged. You go to my house this week, and I'll come next week, and we'll go here, and we'll go everywhere. See the fly invasion I'm under? Invasion of flies. But you see this cup? You see that square bottom? You see where it's squared off right there? How it's made? You can't hardly get the grit
and the dirt out in them corners. But when you got a round bottom in a Tupperware, see where the reflection is, that round bottom, you just take a rag and it comes out easily. My fast reflexes like a cat. Gotta have my chocolate milk. Anyway, Talon, I guess she didn't take the time to go through my channel to see all my videos about directed energy weapons, voice to store. And some guy come on there yesterday and made a comment about, well, you can make a patent about anything. Them patents that you share don't necessarily mean those weapons exist. I mean, it's just a patent. You can patent a toenail. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but it's just ignorant. Well, those are just patents. That's just protected an idea. I don't think that what happened in Paradise, California was an idea. I'm pretty sure what happened in Lahaina, Hawaii was an idea. I'm pretty sure when China, South Korea, Korea, Peru, and many other nations around the world, while they're pouring blue paint on their homes and houses, covering their houses and buildings in a real dark, like a blue paint, they're just doing that because they like the color blue. No, they're doing it because the frequency from directed energy weapons is resisted from that certain color blue paint. But, you know, it's just a patent. It don't mean anything. You can patent anything. I can patent my toenail because it looks like my toenail. I swear, the amount of people that just come and I would rather somebody just cuss me right out so I can block them and be done. Except the ones, I'd rather them, instead of the ones that want to try to act like, oh yeah, I'm generally interested in this, but you know, patents or this, and they try that psychological BS with me, not realizing that going against me, talking about this kind of technology is probably not a good idea. You know, go talk to Talon. She doesn't understand it. She knows the words. She doesn't use them correctly, but she knows the words. Go challenge her on this stuff. Very foolish. It's not raining in North Carolina today. I've got to go tear apart a trampoline. In the name of Jesus, Lord, help me heal my shoulder. Heal my shoulder, Lord, in Jesus' name. Chow chow. If you ain't got it, try it. It's delicious. It's delicious. I cannot eat my eggs anymore. Bacon, egg, and cheese, scrambled eggs on a fajita. Chow chow on top. Pepper. Try it. You'll love it. I mean, I'm not chow. I never liked chow chow. My dad ate chow chow when I was young, and I never liked it. But once I tried it on eggs, I tried it on the sandwich, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna try that on eggs. Whammo. It's a win. Anyway, I'll check back in a little bit. I got stuff to do. Thanks for being here. God bless. Like, share, and subscribe. Share my video. Share that video yesterday. Zoloft, when you get in, leave me your email address, or go to my email address and leave it, and we'll hook up. Anybody that wants to edit my stuff, edit my videos, edit a video. Just take any of my content, take it, edit a video, and then share it to me, and then I'll approve it or not. I mean, I can't stop you from editing a video. I mean, look, Burger Douche steals my videos every day to make money. It is what it is. God bless. I'm hungry. Let's eat.